Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Bold and the Beautiful puts Katie Logan, Heather Tom, officially out at Forrester Creations. She walked away and is thrilled to be starting her own fashion house. But will she wind up recruiting people away from Forrester Creations? We're going to talk about how Katie may snag some FC employees and ruffle Ridge Forrester, Thor K's feathers. Plus, this plot may bring back a recast R.J. Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, to help fill the gaps. But first, please hit subscribe if you're not already following us. So, we've got Katie raring to go on her fashion house, while Brooke Logan is kind of raining on her parade, while still saying she's supporting her. Donna Logan this week is trying to mediate what might be growing beef between her sisters. In the end, Katie may pilfer some FC employees who are ripe for the plucking. Lately, as you know, Ridge and Steffi Forrester are rubbing some employees the wrong way, some family too. These people may jump at the chance to go work for a competing fashion house, especially since anybody that walks away is somebody who likely knows and loves Katie, who is not as high-handed as the Forresters. Let's start with Hope Logan, who may already have one foot out the door emotionally because she was just forced to fire her brother, Deke Sharp Cohn. Plus, Hope is feeling really pressured and has been told she has to work with Thomas Forrester and Zende Forrester Dominguez again. Zende is one thing, but Thomas, he is quite another. I know a lot of people think Hope is still into Thomas, and we're talking about how she was staring at him with lust in her eyes this week. That's not the vibe I got. I'll just say that I'm getting that Hope is feeling stuck and without options, and she's trying to be polite while figuring out how to stop the ball that is rolling over her. Steffi flat out told Hope that her issues with Thomas do not have any bearing on work decisions, but still, Zende and Thomas also don't seem to be picking up the vibe that Hope wants for her line. She was planning on a bold new direction with her brother, Deke. The look on Hope's face when she heard what Thomas and Zende were planning was not the face of somebody who's pleased with an update and agrees with the way things are going. Plus, Steffi forced Hope to be the one to fire Deke, and that broke her heart to kick her brother to the curb. But Hope had no choice. I also thought it was interesting that Brooke was telling Ridge that Katie has no name in the industry and no experience. Well, you know, she was CEO of Forrester Creations at one point. It's been a few years, but still, did Brooke forget that? And her last name is Logan, which is a known commodity to anybody who follows Forrester Creations. Brooke's bedroom is a thing, and people know she's Brooke Logan. She's internationally famous, and they know that her sister is Katie. I'm sure they know Donna, too. These people are fashion celebrities, so her name is known. Deke is upset about losing his job, and Deacon Sharp is upset for him, and it was awful that Hope had to fire her brother. Then Thomas tried to reassure Hope that things will be strictly professional between them, but Hope seemed worried. And you know Liam Spencer is going to be worried. So Hope might push back. She might even give Steffi an ultimatum over firing Deke and/or being forced to work with Thomas. Hope may ask, can't I work with Deke and Zende and you put Thomas someplace else? It doesn't seem like Hope feels like Zende and Thomas get what she wants to do now, but let's be real. Also, the Forresters are all being cocky and smug lately. Not just Steffi and Ridge. Zende and Thomas are too. And I know fans have noticed. I see the comments on Soap's social media. But if Hope pushes back, I think Steffi may say, fine, if this is what you want, we'll just cancel your line again. Because Ridge just told Hope that hope for the future is on shaky ground and that she needs these guys to stabilize it. So clearly, it's not thriving at Forrester Creations, but maybe it could thrive someplace else under a different CEO at a different fashion house. It's not like Ridge or Steffi really wanted to bring Hope for the Future back. It was Carter Walton that brought it back when he was running things after he and Hope pulled their little coup. And then Ridge ejected Hope from the company, but then they brought her back, and then eventually they brought the line back.
But Steffi hasn't been thrilled about that, and Ridge isn't really either. It's more like a pity thing, not that they even feel pity for Hope. More like I think Ridge was doing it for Brooke, to make it where it wasn't a bone of contention. So I'm sure Steffi and Ridge would have no problem if Hope pushes back on them hard, and then she may turn around and walk out. And of course Katie would hear about it from Donna or Brooke, the Logan lady gossip grapevine. I could see Katie talking to Hope about starting a new line over at Katie Couture, or whatever they're calling her new company, Bill Spencer's Blouses or whatnot. And Hope may ask if she can bring Deke along, and Katie would probably agree, because he's part of the extended family, now that the Spencers and the Logans are married into each other doubly. We may also see Katie scooping up Eric Forrester, who was just forced into retirement by Ridge. I mean, you can see the writing on the wall about that. It might start out with Eric offering Katie some advice when he hears about her fashion house, because Eric started up a company when people said he couldn't do it. So he may start by offering support and mentorship to Katie, because Eric definitely knows what it feels like to be underestimated by Ridge and Brooke and others. Plus, Bill Spencer was just telling Katie to take Brooke by surprise with her success and prove she's wrong to doubt her. So Donna may even show Katie the new designs Eric was sketching because she's so proud. I mean, it's a whole collection. Or Katie might be chatting with Eric and Donna and the designs are sitting out and Katie happens to see them and goes, "Oh my goodness, these are incredible. They need to be made. Come and make them with me." Then Eric could be completely revitalized. It could be like the old days with Stephanie Forrester, starting something new. And I'm sure Donna would encourage Eric, because she knows Ridge won't let him back into Forrester Creations. And if Eric can't create and design, his quality of life will suffer. Next, let's talk about Will Spencer. He's already considering leaving Forrester Creations to follow his mom over to the new house at Spencer. So if his cousin Hope ends up going over to Katie's new fashion house, I mean, it's no big deal losing a low-level staffer like Will, but more people could start walking out. For instance, Ivy Forrester may be upset that Eric was sidelined by Ridge. She loves her Uncle Eric, so she might approach Katie. Or Eric may talk to Ivy about trying something new, and she winds up over there, and then Electra Forrester follows her. Obviously, I think Daphne Rose would stick around Forrester, even though she doesn't agree with Ridge, and obviously Carter would too. It'd be pretty funny to see Steffi and Ridge getting really ticked off if people started jumping ship, like the people that supported the Hope and Carter coup. That might be a reason we may be getting an R.J. Forrester recast. He's a junior designer, but still a designer. In case you haven't seen it here, I'll show you. It's a photo from the Bold and the Beautiful holiday party. So that's John McCook and Thor Kay with this young man between them. His name is Brian Nicoletti. Fans are wondering if he might be an RJ recast because he's posing with the actors who would be his on-screen dad and granddad. Now, let me say very clearly, no one knows, except Bold and the Beautiful, if this young man, Brian Nicoletti, has been cast on the soap, okay? There's zero mentions or confirmations, but he was at the cast and crew party. However, he may not be the new RJ and may not be cast on the show at all. He might be there and was just somebody's date, and Brian posed with Thorsten and John for a photo because his mom or grandma is a fan of the show. I just want to make absolutely clear, we're not saying Brian Nicoletti has been cast on Bold, and anybody saying that is speculating. It has not been revealed, confirmed, any of that. But if he is coming, it seems probable that he could be the new RJ, just based on the look and who he was posing with. If he has been cast on the CBS soap, you know I will say, hiring a new RJ instead of having Thomas come back on contract, that's not on my wish list for 2026, and I don't think it's a good move. But, we have Brad Bell, so we get what we get whether we pitch a fit or not.